without turning off my ad blocker, and that's not going to happen. So,
and we're live. Welcome to CouncilCast. This is episode 84, being recorded on June 18th, 2019. The council is now in session. Don't you feel different? Doesn't your life feel different now?
I feel completely different.
As with every week, we will make arbitrary decisions about topics on science, technology, and random shit with little technology and little technology. And I can't read, next to no expertise. All cast decisions are final and have no bearing on anything. Nailed it. Man, that's a lot harder than you think it is. That's what she said. Speaking of things that we shouldn't be saying out loud, did you guys know that it's quiet in space?
well, it's a vacuum, isn't it? Is that what you're talking about?
Actually, scientists have been listening to outer space to find alien life and still haven't.
Come on,
Hollywood's
already described.
This was breaking news on The Guardian.
What?
Thanks, guys.
I watched a documentary where a girl, I think her name was Jodie Foster, and she listened to outer space and she found alien life and she met them.
Yeah. How'd that go?
That was amazing. I love that. That documentary is one of my favorites.
Got it.
No, I mean, come on. If we're not smart enough to be able to handle the fact that there are aliens out there, doesn't the Federation Code require that they restrict themselves from making any contact?
Yes.
So, are we actually going to hear anything? I'm just saying. Aren't they going to, cloak all of their... there was a study I was reading. This is a real thing. I was reading about dolphins and sonar capabilities.
Okay.
Echolocation capabilities.
Yeah.
And they found that they could emit a return signal off of a device at the same frequency match, essentially like noise cancellation, right?
Okay.
But they found out that they could use the reflection of two other devices. So no electronics involved, just mechanical items and physics happening. Two reflections off of a third device from the initial echolocation from the dolphin, and it returns a canceled signal so the dolphin can't find the objects.
Huh. Who wrote this article? Not your article, Logan. The article about people.
Huh.
Who wrote it?
Breakthrough. I love how it starts. I don't know. The Guardian.
Because he spelled civilizations wrong.
Yeah, it's a
Good catch.
Discredited.
It's a British news outlet.
Is that how the British spell civilizations? Aluminium?
Yeah, and aluminium. Yeah, they spell all kinds of things with odd spellings. And
civilizations.
It's Sations.
Sations.
Oh, Ian Sample was the science editor. He wrote this, and it starts with breakthrough.
That sounds pretty generic. Ian Sample?
Yeah, he's just...
Is this a sample research paper that came with
I was gonna say
2000 something?
Yeah.
Is this are we sure this is the guy's name?
It's a sample webpage. Ian Sample, science editor, wrote, and they just published it. They just pushed send out.
He spelled it wrong. He spelled it wrong through the entire article.
It's like this stupid high school math problem.
Civilization. Civilization.
Michaela, the common mom. Ian Sample.
Jeez.
I mean, I didn't read the whole thing, but I'm just... The thing that struck me was that at the very top it says breakthrough. Found no evidence of alien. How is that a breakthrough that they haven't done anything?
Problem I have with the article is that they talk about techno signatures. Like they're looking for advanced technology flying around outside.
Space junk.
It's like, okay,
they're working on a net for that.
But come on, techno signatures? That's not. We don't have any technologically advanced way to recognize
advanced technologies.
More advanced technologies.
We always talk about wanting to go into outer space to meet alien creatures that are more advanced than us. What if there are people out there just like us, and they're having just as big a problem trying to communicate back? Like they don't hear anything, we don't hear anything. Why does everyone have to be so advanced beyond this planet? Matt?
What? Where the hell did Silence go?
Well, that was very fascinating. So I liked what everyone was saying. To the breakthrough.
Thumbs up for silence and civilizations.
Good. Keep saying that.
I mean, an article of this magnitude and they can't get it spell checked before they put it out? Seriously.
You got a real hang up on this. Astronomy and astrophysics. Well, those aren't even real things.
See,
astronomers say.
They also keep thinking that there's only one habitable zone within a solar system, and they talk about that in this article as well. So we're identifying species that are like us. We're not identifying other life in space.
It's true. We need to look in the fourth, fifth, or maybe even sixth dimension.
Easily
How many dimensions are there in Rick and Morty?
Just
infinite.
So many dimensions.
Yeah,
infinite. That's
infinite dimensions.
The idea.
Okay, solved.
That's
Thumbs
one
down.
heck of a discovery you've made, Brian.
What'd I do?
You made a discovery just now.
Thumbs
down. About the number of universes and dimensions in Rick and Morty. Speaking of discoveries, Bodie Boatface. Matt, did you vote?
Thumbs up for space.
That's what I thought. Bodie McBoatface makes a shocking discovery.
What? The little submarine thing did?
Yeah.
What did it discover?
It discovered that the global warming or, temperature change or whatever you want to call it is actually having adverse effects on the bottom of the ocean.
What?
Yeah. It's causing riptides. Nope, that's not it either. What is it causing? It is causing the path. Nope. Next paragraph up. This is how I faked my way through college. Sorry, I did read it. I just can't find it in here. I'm just reading it right in front of the professor. Turbulence deep in the ocean. I don't know what that means for anything. They just said we know that it's happening now. I was also just pretty excited that got to hear about Bodie McBoatface. Have we talked about Bodie McBoatface on the show before?
No.
Are you sure?
I feel like we may have.
Well, not since I've been listening.
Apparently not. Brian's the arbiter of whether we've done this. So.
So what's Bodie? What's Bodie?
Not even look further back than what? What the hell am I saying? What are we supposed to be doing? Defining Bodie McBoatface here?
We're just trying to figure out whether or not we talked about Bodie McBoatface in the past.
Man, I don't remember. Give us a crash course on what that was.
So Bodie McBoatface was supposed to be the name of a ship.
Because the internet decided.
But the officials decided to ignore the popular vote and instead named the vessel the RRS Sir David Attenborough in honor of the veteran broadcaster.
I believe you're supposed to pronounce it Attenborough.
Yeah.
So
that's right. I have no idea what you're talking about.
But because the internet was so outraged by the fact that they didn't choose the name that was voted on, they made a small concession and named the submarine Bodie McBoatface, which is hilarious because it's not a boat.
because they did it at all.
Because they did it at all, and also it's not a boat, so it's like extra. It's just extra.
Okay, I just have a quick question. So
Yeah.
before they found the turbulence,
Yep.
how did they know there was no turbulence before? How do they know this is a new thing?
The article doesn't say.
My guess is that it's based around the warmer temperatures in the glaciers. And they said, well, this seems unusual. So they started digging and they found turbulence that seems to be disturbing life below the sea.
Makes sense.
And if it's disturbing the existing life below the sea, then one would guess that it wasn't there before.
Okay, thank you. They're guessing.
That would be the hypothesis that I would follow.
Okay, Jerry. So I don't know. I just thought we'd just do a little check-in. I'm pretty sure we've talked about Bodie McBoatface before. We need to get transcripts of all of our episodes. If you are listening to this right now and really like our show and want to type up every ridiculous word that we say,
That'll come in handy when we have CouncilCast the motion picture.
Yeah, we can go back to the transcripts and figure out exactly which parts of the show were interesting enough for a motion picture. Not going to happen. But, send us an email to councilcast@gmail.com, and we would love to let you do work for free. So, but in the meantime, that's what we got with Bodie McBoatface. So, thumbs up for
the ocean,
for discoveries. Thumbs up to Mr. Boatface himself or herself.
I like boats.
Boats.
Thumbs up.
Oh, good. We're just ripping right through these. I apparently picked great topics for us to talk about. Such riveting,
well, you really can't argue
conversation.
You really can't argue with an article that's about Bodie McBoatface.
You can't.
You can't.
It's a household name. Staple in our daily lives. Speaking of a staple in our daily lives, facial recognition software. They're actually looking at banning this in California. And guess what? The police aren't happy. I didn't realize the police were still together or touring. And I don't know why they were so upset about this particular issue, but probably because they can't get away with watching you anymore. So,
oh my gosh, that was good.
Thank you.
Somebody had a Red Bull before this event.
Somebody picked the articles and also wrote the jokes earlier. So,
okay.
But I did want to talk about this on the show because I'm curious. We've talked about it a little bit in the past, but I didn't realize that it was prevalent enough in the United States that they're already talking about banning it in the United States. I figured that there would need to be a lot of horrible things to go wrong first. I mean, that's usually how things go. Wow, that was really bad. We'll see if it happens another 20 or 30 times, and then we'll start talking about maybe working on a 10-year plan to get rid of it.
Yeah, California is pretty advanced.
Yeah, they ban stuff that nobody bans.
Well, it's not that they banned, it's that they signed this stuff into law a while ago. New York uses it a lot now too, and it's getting added more and more throughout the city as they update intersections. Buildings with security cameras are signing agreements with the NYPD to allow the feed to be used for facial recognition. So it's being integrated quite thoroughly throughout a lot of big cities, and the fact that it's being banned is hysterical. Because of the reasons they're being banned, like the facial recognition software that recognized political figures as convicted felons.
Okay.
incorrectly or finally got him?
They say quote unquote incorrectly.
Got him.
Oh,
So
got him!
that's the best part, right?
Yeah!
Are
That'd be a
you
new
sure
tagline.
it was a mistake? I'm pretty sure those political officials deserved me.
Somebody
But-
make me a shirt with Brian's head on it. It just says, got him!
I will have it done by the end of the episode.
Put him
Sorry.
on Red Bubble, mark him up.
But yeah.
Well,
Okay.
and I think in this
How do you spell
episode, didn't the body cam, didn't the body cam misrecognize a motorist as a convicted felon?
You read the first sentence of the article, Logan. The second sentence of the article says, this fictitious example could be the fate of all Americans, or something like that. I didn't fully read
Yeah,
the
I was
second
hoping
sentence,
you'd
but
go
I
there.
did read that it was fictitious.
Because they don't do facial recognition with body cams.
Why wouldn't they?
Because body cams are for recording only.
Not if you get an LTE enabled body cam.
But the restrictions I understand with body cams is that they can't be live
Because
of our rights. It's the only cams that can be live have to be run through a certain type of processing board, and it can't be a wireless feed. It has to go directly into a
because anyone can hack it.
server. Yeah. So it
Matt,
has
you're a
to go
professional
through-
hacker. Is that possible?
I haven't been paying attention, so I'm gonna go with yeah, anything's possible if you want to hard enough.
Great. All right. Well, I think we've.
I'm still kind of just at the end of this article. I mean, is it just invasion of privacy, or is it that it makes mistakes?
The article seemed to argue that it was because it was making mistakes, and there are already enough people being accidentally or incorrectly being accused of crimes they haven't committed.
supposedly committed.
Yeah, until proven guilty. So having this camera, it's a double-edged sword, or it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation, because I think that there are situations that it'd be beneficial to be able to use facial recognition so that you could actually prove your innocence. But then there are situations where the camera facial recognition software says, oh no, this person is definitely it. And we trust the computer and wrongly accuse someone. So I don't know.
I would vote down for facial recognition. My iPhone tells me all the time down for facial recognition. So
Kayla's
That's what-
phone doesn't recognize her face at all anymore.
oh, really?
Yeah, it doesn't. She'll hold it up and it's like, sorry, we don't recognize your face. And she's like, I just got this year. So
There were weird reports at a police station up north that there were gorillas in a grocery store, and this is one of the big things that banned. That said, nope, we can't use facial recognition. There's all kinds of problems with it. It's really a racist thing, but it was just some black guys going to the store, and the computer recognized them as literally as gorillas. So there are a lot of horrible
Was that
reasons.
is it a Mac or a PC computer?
Mac.
Got him!
all right.
That's my new favorite tagline.
Got him.
So there are a lot of problems with facial recognition. A lot of problems. But some places are still pushing
I
forward.
say down.
Thumbs down for my face being copied and pasted everywhere.
Okay. Thumbs down for Logan the Libertarian.
That's a great tagline.
Talk about a T-shirt.
I'm going to start a Facebook page.
That's Logan the Libertarian.
Yep.
Maybe do a blog.
There you go.
Will
I'd
you
not read
start
that.
it for me? Will you
Yeah, sure.
email me the Word doc to start my blog
Yeah,
in?
sure. www.creedthoughts.com/www.com.org.
It's
just
not
a
a
word
word.
doc.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
just
so-
a word doc.
I've read some of that stuff, and it's pretty out there, even for the internet. So
Speaking of
when I
deepfakes.
opened this article, it actually played a video that was about deep fake, which we've talked about on the show before, but it seems to be popping up regularly, and I don't know if that's just because people are searching for it, but they are really concerned about it for this next election. And I don't know. I wanted to. Does everyone know what deep fake is?
I don't. Could you tell me what deep fake is?
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic.
Still
tell
got
him.
it. Still got it.
Sure.
Just tell him.
I don't. Got him.
Deep fake is basically. You got him. It's basically faking what people are saying. So it moves their mouth. You can paste one face on top of another face. They did it where Jennifer Lawrence was doing an acceptance speech, and they pasted Steve Buscemi's face over top of her, so it looked like Steve Buscemi was wearing a red dress and receiving an award. It looked really good too.
That's awesome.
Like I believed it was Steve Buscemi in a red dress with
awesome.
Jennifer Lawrence's body.
Hmm.
Anyway,
That's
I believe.
awesome.
I literally believe it.
That's awesome.
I really believe it. So, is this something that you are personally concerned with? I guess is the topic for conversation.
Matt, what do you think?
I'm always concerned about everything.
Matt is the most concerned council
About
member
everything.
on the cast.
The deepfake stuff is pretty crazy.
I don't know if I am they're using facial recognition on my face all the time, then yeah, I'd be concerned. But as
Mhm.
long as that's getting banned,
Only in California, you got to move out there though.
oh well, that's not going to happen.
Yeah,
so I'll
Logan.
be concerned.
Logan hates California more than he hates people taking
Thumbs
pictures
down
of his
for
face.
California.
Ooh, ouch.
I think
You
that
want to be able to go somewhere where you can just hold your aerosol cans down out in the fucking field if you want.
Now you're getting it.
Yeah.
Lysol.
what I'm interested to see is which politician is going to go out of their way to deep fake something of themselves. So what I see as a scenario as a political like loophole here, which is not which could be shady, is that let's say I'm a politician and I want to run a smear campaign about my opponent, but my opponent doesn't really have any dirt on them. I could fake a video of my opponent saying something crass or doing something rude or whatever and say, look, they said and did this thing, but then they come out and refute it and say this was a deep fake, right? Or I can deep fake myself saying something crass, and you can say, look, it's obviously deep fake. I don't know who put this out, but whoever did is not playing politics fairly, and I only stand for blah, blah, blah.
And then all kinds of assumptions get thrown about who made it.
Yep. Which I think is
Brilliant.
more
Well,
damaging.
I
You
just
should- you
watched
should join
that
politics.
I just watched that Steve Buscemi thing. That's disturbing because it looks real.
Oh yeah. I don't.
It's real good at it.
That's crazy. That is just crazy. I mean, that I'm like, I can't. My head can't wrap that around because it just doesn't look like it's fake at all.
This article
Wow.
that I sent out about it specifically talks about being able to change what people are saying too.
Yeah.
So you can take a video of a person, and when you're faking, if it's my face over top of my face, then it looks even more real with even less effort. And so what this article was showing was a person changing a few words of what a person said in a speech.
Yeah.
So they're like, if you want to say that stock prices are lower than they actually are, higher than they actually are, you can just go in and change the part where they said today's stock fell by however many points or whatever, as an example of a way that it could be damaging, right?
Wow.
So,
Yeah, there are two thoughts that come to mind from like this seems like a cool toy. But at the same time,
yeah, making silly YouTube videos. Yeah, sure.
yeah. But at the same time, I feel like yes, it could be used out of hand. To follow that, how many people would be recording all of these events, and how many other videos would there be of that exact event?
Yeah, it's gonna make fact checking even more crucial, right?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. The only thing that you have to worry about, I think, are like private interview events and that kind of stuff. I have a concern that Fox News will edit all of their Democrats that keep coming on to say what they want to say.
I doubt that.
That's a concern.
I doubt that they would do that.
They can fabricate things a whole lot easier than that now.
No, they can't. They're Fox News.
Mm,
They got to buy all their toys.
I don't know. I think
Don't
maybe
even know what that means.
I think
They
like
don't know
right
how to do
before.
anything.
I could see them using this. If there are people that are trying to mess with our elections, doing something right before the vote. Something that comes out that it's too late for us to refute or do anything about, but it just tips the scales one way or the
There's a
other.
good one.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would be bad. I say down with this deep whatever thing. I don't like it.
Good. Yeah, I want to say thumbs down to all of the. I don't know. I want to say thumbs up to Steve Buscemi getting an award, though. That's what I want to say. He deserves it.
And he's got a pretty good body after all these years. I'm
After all
impressed.
these years,
Yeah,
he's rocking it.
He's rocking it.
You know who I think created deepfake?
Who?
The government.
Okay. You know what else, Matt? What do you think?
Thumbs sideways for paying attention.
Nailed it. This next topic is for you, Matt, because we all know how much you love Mariah Carey. How would you love to have a birthday cake of Mariah Carey?
I'm not really a fan.
Who?
Mariah Carey.
She's a singer.
Yeah, I know who she is.
Yeah, right. You do.
So imagine, Matt, that you're going to get your favorite singer on a birthday cake. You're really excited about it, but it shows up with not Mariah Carey's face, but instead Mary Curie's face.
Madam Curie.
Amazing.
So they ordered this, and the cake place didn't quite listen to them very well over the phone, and
hilarious.
gave them this cake instead. The recipient wasn't too disappointed though, because it is fantastic.
That is amazing.
It's probably going to be their number one top seller now.
They're
I'd like a Madam Curie. Love a Madam Curie birthday
Careful.
cake, please.
You will
Chop,
die within the next 24 to 36 months from radiation poisoning.
Why is this funny?
Oh, I'm sorry. Why is it not funny?
Right. That makes sense.
That's awesome.
This is it's not the funny segment of our show. It's the other cool / random shit that a part of our show. So may or may not be funny. Happy birthday! You may be dead of radiation poisoning in 16 months. Is that what you said, Logan? Was that your quote, or did you read that somewhere in here?
No, that's just me.
Oh.
Madam Curie dies of.
Yeah, I think we all know.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I just thought of it as like the cream filling is radioactive. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure that's where they were going with this. But that's real creative of you.
It's awesome. Do you guys know how to say that name
Awesome.
Okay.
What name? Madam
on the
Madam
birthday cake? Happy
Mad-
birthday,
Madam Mariah Carey.
Siobhan, right?
Maybe. Yeah, looks
I'm not-
right.
I'm not really a fan of Mariah Carey.
Siobhan.
Thumbs down for Mariah Carey.
Oh
Thumbs
man.
up for Madam
That's
Curie.
extreme, Brian.
Well, you don't even know who she is.
So dumb.
Jeez. Matt, I'm not even paying attention, but I'm pretty sure I know who Mariah Carey is.
She invented radiation.
Yeah, Mariah Carey invented radiation. Come on, guys.
She invented death by radiation.
Got
did,
it.
Did she?
I don't know. God, something's in my eye.
Got him.
Got it. Ugh.
Oh man. Well, the thumbs up to whatever this is, I guess.
I think thumbs up for cake, thumbs down for Mariah Carey.
Thumbs up for
Cake. I like cake. I like birthday cake. Is my favorite kind of cake.
You can get never mind.
Brilliant.
Thumbs up for Mariah Carey. I mean, Madam Curry.
Harry Carey. Well, our last topic of this evening is a doozy. You got to watch out when you go down to Alabama town for attack squirrels on meth, because it is official. They keep attack squirrels as guard animals for their houses with meth.
That's awesome.
I don't know if this is an
not
actual
awesome.
picture
That's not
of the
cool.
squirrel that was on meth. This one looks like too healthy to have been on meth. I
Squirrel
imagine it looking very
allegedly
feral.
fed meth.
But
I don't know. Those claws are pretty long.
it says an attacked squirrel housed in an Alabama apartment and fed methamphetamines by its owner to make sure it stayed aggressive was rescued Monday, officials said. I don't know how would you even how would it even be effective as a guard animal? Like,
I don't know,
oh,
you
watch
been
out, I'm going to
attacked by a
sick my
squirrel?
squirrel on you. What? Would it be like, I feel like it would flight then fight scenario. Like you'd have to trap it in a corner before it would attack you. Are they
Got
just
any
like
bear
throwing it?
claws?
Are they just throwing it across the room? I don't think this was a well thought out plan.
You know, they only feed it meth and don't feed it anything else. Maybe it'll just want to eat whatever it sees, like a box of half-crazed weasels. Just saying.
It's a good, that's Albuquerque, not Alabama, Logan.
Oh, shoot. Sorry. Sorry about that.
Well, thumbs up for meth crack squirrels.
I am.
How do you think of this? That's what I want to know. I want to know how you think.
I'm going.
Let's just go with this. First of all, you have to have access to meth.
Okay.
So I'm not sure there's a lot of real constructive thinking going on here.
I don't know. You see the movie Limitless?
That
drug was almost meth.
It wasn't.
No, it
meth.
wasn't.
It's not meth.
Almost.
Weren't they making meth in Breaking Bad though?
Signs of meth use.
Yeah. I mean,
That
That guy
squirrel-
thought a lot. He thought
He was
poorly.
a really smart guy.
Okay, so, oh shoot, there it is. No, that's not what I want. Hold on here. I found some really good stuff on this.
Stop gaming and pay attention to the article.
What? What are you looking at?
The physical effects of chronic use of meth are
Thinking squirrels are geniuses.
increased chances of developing cancer, liver failure, kidney failure, malnutrition,
Uh-huh.
birth defects, productive issues such as miscarriages and infertility, infection, blackened, rotting teeth, overdose, and death.
I'm pretty sure that'd piss off a squirrel.
I'm fairly certain
well,
that
here we
picture
go.
that is not a picture of the squirrel then.
The long-term psychological effects of meth use are addiction, tolerance to the dose and need increasing doses, impaired cognition, paranoia, aggression, hallucinations, and delusions. There you go. Yeah, that
So
makes
would you
sense.
really need a corner, a hallucinating
I just took a picture of your face, Logan.
angry squirrel? Cool. Did it look good?
I'm gonna deep fake you later.
Okay. Okay. So I don't know.
It's gonna be your head with Vladimir Putin's words coming out of your mouth
Mm.
I don't know
on the
that
body
I
of a
like that much.
walrus.
That idea is huge.
I don't know.
All right, everyone vote. We're wrapping it up. Musk pitches time.
I don't know. It's just seems like kind of a
thumbs up
stupid
for a crazy idea.
It's a stupid thing.
All right, yeah.
Thumbs down for treating squirrels that way.
You run over squirrels with your car.
Thumbs
No,
down
we
for
know that.
using a picture of the man on meth, but not a picture of the squirrel on meth, because that squirrel would look crazy. All right, Matt, what pitches do you have for Elon Musk this week?
Well, I'm working on a big one.
Matt wants a big one. Got it. I will pass that along to Mr. Muskie, baby.
Didn't you see he deleted his Twitter account?
Probably because we've been tweeting at him. He's like, I don't want any more ideas. I'm trying to keep up.
Anymore.
Just trying to keep my company afloat.
I'm trying to keep up with all of the ideas that you're sending me, and there's just too many. Yeah.
Goddamn brewery.
Blaine's idea is
Wait, he gave you an idea?
he said just thumbs up everything. That's all that he told me before the show.
What a
so.
nice guy.
All right, Brian.
A nice guy. I don't know. I don't know that I have a pitch for him. He hasn't really
Done any of your ideas?
No, he hasn't done any of my ideas. I don't know why I'm still giving him good stuff to do. It's just ridiculous. You know what? I'll work on maybe a better one next time for him.
Pass.
See,
Pass.
taking that approach, I like it.
Yeah.
All right, Logan.
I think you should find a way to detect more advanced technology than ours. Like detect technology that we can't detect in outer space.
You just had to throw in the outer space thing, didn't you?
Well, yeah, because there's not more advanced technology than ours on Earth. I mean, it's not like there's actually like Decepticons and Autobots and stuff.
Okay, my pitch for Mr. Elon is
Oh, that's hilarious.
to come up with a cure for the common cold.
Wow, that's good.
And with that, I'm calling this council meeting adjourned. Thank you for listening. We record this podcast live Tuesday nights on YouTube. And if you liked what you saw or heard and want to check out all past episodes of the CouncilCast, you can go to councilcast.org. It is hosted on Wix. They're not sponsoring tonight's episode, but they could. Send us an email at councilcast.org. If you have a topic that you'd like the council's decision on, you can also find us on iTunes or your favorite podcatcher. Actually, Spotify seems to be the biggest place people are listening to us. So you can find us on Spotify. If you have a topic that you'd like the council's decision on, you can email us at councilcast@gmail.com or connect with us on Twitter at RealCouncilCast. Our other Twitter handle has not yet been reinstated. We're still underage there. Or Facebook by searching for CouncilCast. I got a message the other day that said we weren't using Facebook enough, so I went and posted something. Go check it out. You'll be pleased that you did.
Are you serious? You posted something?
I did.
Wow.
Thanks for listening, and goodbye.
You bet.
Bye.
All right, how do I turn this thing off?